Hello and welcome to Arnold's PC Services. Today we're just going to be showing you a little tool called NTLite. So we know what the usual Windows 11 installation process looks like, right? So we go through. This is a normal Windows 11 installation setup. So I'm just going to show you a little bit about this. So we go through after delete partitions, then click new, apply, go through all of this. Whereas if we load in Windows 11 image into NTLite, get all these options to we get to customize and configure Windows 11 to our liking, and also sort of prepare it before installation, if that makes sense. So here we can add updates if there are any updates to add. So we can add them there. So we can go ahead and add them. We can integrate drivers, registry tweaks, or post setup tasks. We can remove components. We can remove system apps. We can remove just normal apps, so like Microsoft Photos, Sticky Notes, Paint, Office, things that are just pre-installed. So anyway, while that's doing its thing, we'll go through and show you what we can do. So the main one I like to do is down in unattended. So you enable this. You add a local account, obviously. Just user. So what we can do, we can skip pages such as the EULA page, the local account page, the online setup, wireless setup, etc. And then also we can do things like where is it? We can add our OEM information in there. So we can put in that the manufacturer is us. Our support hours are 24/7. Our phone number is this. And our support URL is also this. And if you want to skip the UI locale and input locale section, we can just change this to English. English or British or United Kingdom, whichever one. So United Kingdom. So we change this to ENGB for Great Britain. Again, English, ENGB. That all looks good. And now we can save, remove non-essential additions, so Windows 11 Home, etc. We don't need them. And what we can do is create an ISO. So if we just call this V1 video or something like that. If we go ahead and process that, it'll ask us to disable real-time protection just because it makes things quicker and stops any issues. So you can see this virtual machine now has come up with asking the country or region. So United Kingdom, skip. It's not letting me do anything here. So I think we'll need to add a network adapter just to let it go past its thing. So we'll go on next on that. You can see that's doing it in the background. That'll take a little while, like maybe 5-10 minutes, just to process all these changes and everything. So now I'll go just a moment, then be like, hi, welcome. Oh no, wait, there's more to do, I think. I think we need to set up the user and everything as well. Yeah, let's name your device. We don't need to name our device. Set up for personal use. Sign in because Microsoft likes us signing in. Now, a little trick, if you don't have the option to sign in with a local account, you can just go admin, then it'll say, oops, something went wrong. So let's name your account. Let's just call it user. Let's just ignore all this for now. Just click no on all of these, or slash the bottom option. And it'll say, just a moment, hi, welcome. Do not turn off your computer during this screen. Getting things ready for you. Well, you can see that's still doing that in the background. While this is running, I'll create a new virtual machine. Called deploy free. And if I install this one that we've made before, and then open up the settings on this one, turn on TPM, so that one's launching now. So you can see the one on the left has things like Spotify, WhatsApp, Clipchamp, blah blah blah, and Office. Also, if we go to, for example, File Explorer, go to this PC, and go to Properties, you'll see it say Windows 11 Pro 23H2 blah blah blah, and there's no other information there. And go to all apps, you can see it's just bloated with a bunch of random stuff, and also there's a lot of stuff pinned, like Solitaire, Outlook, Office, Xbox, Spotify, blah blah blah. Whereas if we go on to this version, and if we turn off this one, it may take a little minute to install this, but But basically what we did in the unattended was we skip out a lot of the installation setup, and also we added the manufacturer OEM information. So when you go right click on properties, it'll show up that we are the manufacturer. We've got the service URL and number there, etc. That's still doing that in the background as well. So I'll show you what the video one looks like once that's complete. Okay, so this is nearly completed, getting files ready. Just a couple more things left, then it's finished. So if we restart it, we may have to select one or two little things, but the one that's processing in the background, you shouldn't have to press anything for it to install the operating system, apart from selecting the disk and formatting it and selecting the right partitions, for example. Whereas this one, I think you need to select your input language and region, but this one in the background you don't need to do that. So you can see that in the background it's just doing the unattended and saving changes to the images now. And it's going to remove the non-essential additions, so Windows Home, Education, Pro for workstations, etc. Yeah, like I said, with this one we unfortunately need to select the region, maybe like the language. Yeah, the keyboard. But that should be it, if I remember setting this up correctly. That should be everything. There we go. Now it welcomes you and prepares windows. It doesn't do that high welcome, getting things set up for you, all that. It just continues with the preparing windows. And then as soon as it's done preparing windows, it'll just go straight into the desktop, which you'll see any second now. It's about halfway done through saving the changes on the image. Okay, so here you can see there's not really anything pinned to the start bar, and I believe some stuff has been removed. So anyway, we go into here, go to this PC, go to properties. You should be able to see, yeah, manufacturer, phone number, hours, and online support. You can see that's been added, obviously. But yeah, just some of the things you can do with NTLite, and I'll show you what will happen with the video one. Yeah, there's ways of changing the wallpaper, there's ways of installing programs such as Google Chrome, Firefox, putting icons and folders onto the desktop. There's all sorts you can do with this program. It's absolutely amazing and wonderful. I suggest if you're into making your own custom Windows images and stuff like that, it's definitely a tool to use, because they have a free license, and basically you can do quite a lot with that free license. You can pay for it for about £30 to £40 for the home license, and then a bit more for the business and commercial licenses. But If you're just using it in a home environment, the free license is just all you need, really. So it's just going to go through the process of removing the non-essential additions now. So obviously the boot vim, the install vim of all these. What's nice is it shows you everything it's doing as well. Okay, so it's completed all of that now. It did take 20 odd minutes, but not too bad. So I'll make sure to go back to security and turn shit on. If we go back to our virtual machine, go to settings, go for the video one, we can see what it'll come out as. I think that may have just booted. Yeah. No, again, that keeps booting actually into. Ah, that's why. My bad. Boot from DVD. So if we just delete these partitions, that should be all we need to do. Then we'll see. The only thing we did change was the unattended file. We didn't change anything to do with the programs etc. You can see it's just still getting ready at the minute. Yeah, so the only thing we change is the unattended file, which just hosts information about how the setup is done, how after setup is done, before setup, after setup, and users, and a little bit of after information as well. So I'm not entirely sure why it's coming up with this. I think it's because that's on another option screen. It's coming up with this high, getting things ready for you, etc. because we need to disable that elsewhere. It's not something you disable in the unintended bit. So yeah, we can see we've just got the generic Windows install, and as before, you can see it is definitely the video file we've made. So we go into properties, and you should again see the manufacturer, etc. there. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to see more with NTLite, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you have a good night, day, evening, whatever time it happens to be there for you. Goodbye.